Hello my friend, welcome back. Welcome to another awesome video. Alright, so this one is a deep dish meat pie with smooch cheese on top, and it is unbelievably yummy. We're doing it from scratch, the whole lot. So what we need for the pastry is we need 1.5 cups of plain flour. I'm going to write the recipe down below in the description as always, because there's a few little steps to it. Alright, so 1.5 cups of plain flour and 1/2 cup of self-raising flour, and you want to sift them into a bowl. You want to get 125 grams of butter and chop it up into little pieces to make it easier for yourself. Now we need either 2 small eggs or 1 large egg, and what we're going to do is crack them into 2 bowls. We need the yolks for the pastry, and we need the whites for in the filling or the cheese sauce or whatever it was, I can't remember now. So yeah, keep both, okay? And 1/3 cup of water, and that's all we need for the pastry. So now that I've sifted my flour into the bowl, I'm going to put up my chopped butter in there. Now excuse my hands if my nail polish and that's all crappy. I've been cleaning, cooking, painting, you name it, gardening, I'm doing it all. Alright, so now that that's in there, you just get your hands in. I like to just coat it first to make it easier. And then you just squish together. And as you squish the butter into the flour. And if you just keep doing that, sooner or later it'll be squished in and it'll be like crumbly stuff. Alright, so once you've squeezed it all in, you should be able to just pick a chunk up and see how it's got your pattern of your hand in there. That's how you want it to go, okay? So just keep going and get your little finger cramps. Mate, they're painful. Alright, now we put our 2 small egg yolks or our 1 big egg yolk in. And put 1/2 cup of water in to start with. Alright, we want to mix it around. We just want to get it into one big sticky blob. I reckon that'll be good enough. See how it's all, I can put it all into one thingamajiggy. So I've still got a little bit of water left, because you can always add more. Okay, so I'm just going to get it into a bowl. Yeah, that's good. And we're just going to do this. Oh, you probably can't even see. I'm just doing this. All we want to do is do this until it goes smooth. So I'll just get it and scrape it around the bottom, get the crap all off and onto there. Now I've got the bowl cleaned up. It's all on there. And we've done this for a minute, not even. Alright. Get it into a bowl. Put some glad wrap over the top. And we're going to stick it in the fridge for half an hour. Alrighty, half hour's up. Next thing we need some baking paper. A 20 centimetre, like this way, round springform tin. And we need some rice. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is get out our paper. Okay, once we pat it down to a round flat, put on our other piece, get our rolling pin, and start rolling away. So while this was in the fridge and I'm waiting, I'm waiting for it to be ready, I'm outside getting my ass kicked at pool by my son. So I'm telling you right now, he's getting a little piece of pie. Okay, now I've rolled it out. And it'll come up the size a bit. I'm not a professional at this. This is exactly how I do it. Look, isn't that pretty? Alright, take the sheet. I'm not sure what you missed. The camera died, as usual. Don't know when it died. So anyway, I've rolled it out. Unpretty as usual. So what I was saying is that all you got to make sure you do is that the bottom is covered properly and there's no air holes. Once you've done that, it doesn't matter what you do after that. Okay, so as you can see, I haven't done it pretty and it's not round. So what I'll do is flatten everything up against the edges. Try not to have it double flat. Squash it in. Okay. Once I've got it in all the way around, I'll take off the excess and I'll just keep pushing it around. It's not, like I said, I don't do it professionally, but this is how I do it. And I'll just keep squashing it on until I've got it evenly all around the edge. So anyway, once I've joined it all together, and so I'll go around and just keep doing this. Let's make sure you view. And so I'm really squeezing at it and just trying to get it all even all the way around. And I can feel where it's a little bit thin. And then we're just going to get a knife and just cut the edge off. Oh, look at that. Okay, now we've done our pie base. We want to get a big sheet of baking paper. And we want to sit it in there. without wrecking the pastry. See if we can just flatten it all the way around to the bottom gently. I always have lots of it. It's just easy to try and get the rice out with, or your balls or whatever you've got after. Okay, so once I've done it like that, try and get it into the edges. We're going to fill it with just like a cup of rice. Alright, put it all, mix it all over the bottom. Now, okay, she's all ready to go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to preheat our oven at 200 degrees Celsius, and we're going to whack it in for 20 minutes. Alrighty, 20 minutes later, we carefully get a bowl ready and put your rice in it, like a saw. So whack it back in now for another 15. Oh, until it's brown. You don't want it really dark brown. And boom, 15 minutes later, and our pastry shell is done. Alrighty, now we just put that aside, and the next thing we do is the filling. For the filling, we need 500 grams of beef mince. This is about 20 times I've done this. 500 grams of beef mince. We need 2 cloves of garlic that we're going to crush, or your jar garlic. We need a 400 gram tin of diced tomatoes. We need a couple of brown onions, some parsley and some oregano. Now, if we're using the fresh parsley and oregano, we want to chop up a tablespoon of each. If you're going to use dry because you don't have it, whatever I use a tablespoon of, I always use a teaspoon of dry, alright? So we'll chop up the onions really small and get out a frying pan and heat her up. Okay, when our pan's nice and warm at medium heat, just a little bit of olive oil in the bottom. First thing we're going to whack in is our onions. And either your 2 crushed garlic or your 2 heaped teaspoons of jar garlic. Chuck them in, mix it all around, and cook it for about 2 minutes till the onion is see-through. Now we want to add our mince. I'll just break it up as I put it in. It makes it a lot easier. And we only want to cook it, keep stirring it for a couple of minutes until we've browned it. Okay, now we've browned it, we want to add 1.5 tablespoons of corn flour. Now when I made the Aussie meat pies, a few people said, oh, you lost me at the flour or whatever. Look, corn flour is not like normal flour. I promise you, you will not taste it, and it cooks out. Oh, that's too much. Alright, so 1.5 tablespoons. Put that away. Mix it in really well. And cook it like this for about 1 minute. A minute later, we want to add our diced tomatoes, parsley, so tablespoon of fresh, teaspoon of dry, oregano, tablespoon of fresh, teaspoon of dry. Alright, mix it through really well, and we're literally only going to cook this for about 3 minutes. Alright, so now we just leave it sitting there for a couple of minutes. In a couple of minutes, we're going to add those egg white that we had from earlier and mix it in really well, and then we're just going to leave it sit there. At this stage, we want to preheat our oven to 190 degrees Celsius, and now we're going to get the cheese topping ready. So for the cheese topping, get a little jug with a whisk, put 1/4 cup of milk in there, crack 2 eggs in there, 150 grams of smoked cheese. Now, I went to the IGA and I went into the deli section, you know, where you get all your hams and that from, with the Sheila behind the counter. And I said to her, I need some smoked cheese. I don't have my glass on. I need 150 grams. So they had, you know how they got all this like funny cheeses everywhere. Well, she found me a smoked one. It cost me $3.90, Dutch smoked cheese. And this is 180 grams, so it's 30 grams over. So you don't need too much, but it's a really nice pie, do you know what I mean? Just to have every now and again, so why not, you know, splash out and get something really nice. So we're going to grate that up and we're going to throw it in our jug. Oh my God, mate, that smoked cheese is next level. It was so yummy. Alright, get it all in there. Whisk it all around until it's all mixed in together. And then we're ready to put this baby together. Oh, I'll put that aside. First thing we do is we get our gorgeous pie case. And we fill it with our filling. Once our filling's in, I'm just going to squash it down. Oh, mate, you're going to love this. This is just so different and so bloody yummy. Alright, once you've done that, I'm just going to get a little bit of pepper. And just put a little bit of cracked pepper over the top. Okay, now we get our cheese sauce we've just mixed up. And what I'm going to do, hopefully it's not being in your way too much, is just whack it in the middle. Oh, make sure you get all that good smoked goodness out. And then we're going to spread the cheese out around it. Make sure you get some out there. The sauce will come in. Gotta just make sure you get those lumps of cheese all even. Oh, yeah, baby. Now, we get some paprika, which I almost forgot. So I'm going to use sweet paprika today. Actually, I just found a smoky paprika to go with the smoky cheese. Oh, I can't tell you how nice that cheese is. Alright, so we're just going to sprinkle on. Oh, my bad, I forgot to say. So we're cooking it for 15 minutes at 190 degrees Celsius. Then after 15 minutes, you want to reduce it to 180 degrees Celsius. And we want to cook it for another 30 minutes or so until the top is set. So when you wobble it, it's not all runny. And it's a beautiful colour. Oh my god, it smells amazing in here. Oh yeah, baby. 45 minutes later, and we have got ourselves a gorgeous, gorgeous smoked pie. Oh, I'm going to let that sit there for 5 minutes, and then I'll take it all off and look, see how it's all set. Boom. There you have it, my friends. What a hearty family-sized pie. Oh, look at that gorgeous layer of cheese, smoked cheese on top. This is a real winner, especially with that homemade hearty pastry. Oh, look, definitely give it a crack. You really have to. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an awesome night. Now, I just want to throw something out there to you. I'm thinking of doing one live show a week where I'll just sit there and randomly just chat to everyone about anything and everything. And, I don't know, maybe decorate cakes and stuff or do something while I'm talking to everybody. So, yeah, if you think that's a good idea or you want me to do that, just jot a comment down below. You know me. I'll be back. Bye.